Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Bello Taufik. I'm here to present our research topic on the relationship between service quality dimensions or customer satisfaction, a study of our selected restaurants in Kaduna State, Nigeria, which actually presented at Global Conference of Business Management and Social Sciences. My co-authors are Miss Fatima Sanistos and Abdurazak Shew. Introduction goes thus. Restaurants have been identified as major drivers of economic growth, competitiveness, and job creation in both developed and developed nations all around the world. And we all know that all businesses are actually there in order to make profit. That is, the success of any business is primarily determined by the company's ability to provide quality services. Service quality is actually reflected in customer satisfaction in reusing the same restaurant or food vendors over time. That is, once the customer is actually satisfied with a restaurant services, it will keep using it over and over and over again. But a satisfied customer will have no choice than to leave and change restaurant as time goes on. However, the problem statement goes thus. Despite a similar remarkable contribution of food vendors or restaurants to Nigerian economy, however, such business enterprises have actually reported poor customer satisfaction and poor performance. Several factors can actually be attributed to the reason why we have poor customer satisfaction among restaurants in Nigeria. One of such is service quality. Service quality has been regarded as one of the important factors affecting customer satisfaction, according to Kant et al. 2017 and Pasorama et al. 1985. However, this present study only focuses on tangibility, responsiveness among the dimensions of service quality. In other words, our problem statement and research objectives are actually in line with one another, that is to examine the relationship between tangibility and customer satisfaction. Similarly, also to examine the relationship between responsiveness and customer satisfaction, which is also in line with our research question. That is there a relationship between tangibility and customer satisfaction, or is there a relationship between responsiveness and customer satisfaction? The significance of the study is that previous empirical studies have actually examined various factors which can actually influence customer satisfaction. However, most of these studies were actually conducted in the Asian context, in Europe or Western nations. The present study actually try as much as possible to extend pure research by actually examining the relationship among tangibility, responsiveness, and customer satisfaction in the context of restaurants in Kaduna State, Nigeria. These are research framework where actually can see tangibility, responsiveness, and customer satisfaction. In terms of measuring our variables, actually look at tangibility, responsiveness, which actually a unidimensional variable, which was using the scale of our Pastrana et al. 1985, whereas our customer satisfaction was actually used on 5 items, which was used where we used the Seagate and Octavia 221 scale in order to measure customer satisfaction. Interestingly, our results reveal significant results where tangibility and responsiveness were both significantly positively related to customer satisfaction. As you can see, our T-value of tangibility and customer satisfaction was 3.74, whereas that for that of responsiveness was 5.434. Tangibility, the findings of our studies actually consistent with previous empirical studies for that, both tangibility and responsiveness, that actually found a positive relationship between tangibility and responsiveness and customer satisfaction, which is both in line with that of Kant and Jerusalem 2017 and Anna et al. 2011. Limitations and suggestions for future research. In the present study, customer satisfaction data used in the present study was subjective in nature. Previous empirical studies can actually try and look at it in a different way, maybe using objective data. Similarly, also, the present study actually employed cross-sectional design, which does not allow for casual inferences to be made from the population. Maybe we can actually look at longitudinal studies later in future. It is also important to note that we only considered one state in this present study, which is just Kaduna State in the context of Nigeria. Previous empirical studies can actually look at it, try as much as possible to look at the remaining 35 states, including the FCT. Thank you very much for listening.